Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm Aston LaFon. I'm the president and co-founder of 1821 Man-Made. And if you're joining this, it's likely because maybe you've become aware of 1821 and you're interested in maybe adding this to your retail strategy, or maybe you're a salon, a barber shop, a retail, or just a professional service provider who's also maybe brought this into their retail strategy and just looking to learn more about the brand itself, the brand ethos, the products, maybe what all that we offer and how you might use it, how you might recommend it to your either the guest in your chair or the guest that visits your retail environment. So thank you so much for joining me today. I am actually, this is pre-recorded, so I am recording this in mid-February in 2024. So if you're watching around that date, well, then this is pretty up to date for you. So 1821 Man-Made. We like to talk a lot about offering top shelf grooming goods for the aspiring gentleman. And I think the reality of our brand, though, is like, although our muse is a fella, and when we're designing products, we're thinking about people like Idris Elba or Pedro Pascal or Matthew McConaughey. Those are like a lot of times that's who we go to, like, is our muse. But what we find with our brand is that it really is owned or beloved by anyone and everyone, which is something that we had really hoped to accomplish with the brand. And as I look at this image here and I see all these beautiful products, I think back to really the beginning, about 10 years ago when we started 1821 in a really hot 2-car garage in Texas with just 4 products. And, like, wow, we've grown so much. We have, I think, somewhere between 30 and 40 products now. Some of that just might be the same product in different sizes or different fragrances. But we've really expanded the category, and, we've got, I believe, about 30 countries where we're working with different importers or maybe barbershop chains, salon chains, retailers, in about 30 different countries. And so we've got a lot of growth behind us, but still a lot of growth ahead of us. And of course, grateful to our team and our customers and for everybody who just gives us the opportunity to kind of continue on with making this dream come true. So thank you, everybody. So moving along to tell you a little bit more about the brand. We feel like our brand exists to empower men, barbers, and stylists, really, and to ultimately help men become the gentleman that they deep down aspire to be. And we happen to do that through professional grade grooming products and also lifestyle wisdom. And the idea there really is that, like, a well-groomed man, they feel gentlemanly, they feel self-assured, and ultimately we hope that helps them have more confidence and then treat others better, right? The brand aesthetic is inspired by the spirit of Prohibition-era bootlegging. Actually, our namesake, 1821, as us paying homage to the Prohibition. Those are the amendments that bookended Prohibition, the 18th and the 21st. So this feeling of, booziness and speakeasy and, these scents that are, inspired by maybe, a night out in an underground speakeasy, kicking back honeybees. Those are all very purposeful in us paying homage to the Prohibition. The brand feels modern, but also nostalgic. It feels rough, but it also feels refined. And ultimately, that, I think, helps us, support and serve a wider audience of people. Because if you're somebody who, you're living that, like, kind of rough, edgy life, and you want a product that feels like rough and tough and mysterious, well, then 1821 will make good sense for you. But if you're somebody who has a taste for, like, the finer things, you work hard and, like, you feel like you want to reward yourself with an 1821, it feels luxurious and indulgent. So it's very much, like, great for anyone and everyone. It's a very ownable brand. It's a very giftable brand. So what we find, like I said, as I started the presentation here, was that we really find that our brand is kind of owned and beloved by just about anybody and everybody. And I don't want to say it's like a virus, because that sounds horrible, but it's got this intoxicating effect. It's almost like contagious. We find that, like, hey, somebody purchased this for maybe their husband or their brother or their uncle or their dad, and then before you know it, it kind of spreads throughout the family. Yeah, my uncle is using it now, my brother's using it now, and he likes sweet tobacco, and this one likes absolute mahogany, and we hear kind of all these stories. I think my favorite story I ever heard over the years was somebody who they wrote in and said they were they're having a cocktail at a bar, and they felt like the person next to them kept kind of leaning over to sniff them, and it happened two or three times, and finally they introduced each other, and then a couple of years later they're a couple and they have a couple of kids. So 1821 inspired love and affection by attracting attention. Moving along to just being grateful for all the press and coverage and that we get. And it's from things that you've heard of. Like, we're always honored to end up on a best hair clays, or best reader's choice, or best body washes, or top 10 grooming gifts, or best shampoos, or something like that. And we get these from things like you've heard of, like I said, like Esquire, or Today, or Men's Health, or Men's Journal, or Out, or Forbes. And so that's really validating for us, and it just helps us feel like, yeah, we're going in the right direction, and people are really enjoying this product. But what's most satisfying and most fulfilling is the feedback that we actually get from our customers. And a lot of it is kind of centered upon maybe the way the product looks, or it smells, or it performs. But like I said, every once in a while we get a story about how maybe it changed somebody's life, and that's always just like something you really have to think about and appreciate. So if you're on socials, I'd invite you to just give us a follow, engage with us. We've got a lot of fun content there. If you head over to our Instagram or our TikTok, everything is really at 1821 Man-Made, just all smashed together. But you'll see some fun content, things like, is this product or that product maybe the best for you, and how do you use them? We've got a nice mix of content for professional service providers, whether you're a cosmetologist or a barber. We're pretty regular doing like collaborations with like-minded brands, and those are usually great for just kind of widening the audience and finding new people and bringing new attention to the brand, and then also the distributors and salons and barbershops that support the brand locally. Just creates more awareness. We've also just got a good mix of kind of like putting out the 1821 vibe through lifestyle photography, or maybe helping others understand that these are products that people love, by sharing kind of reviews and feedback directly from customers, or in some cases it's just like wisdom that we would never think of, but our customers lay down on us, like people with beards are just people without beards with beards. I mean, mind blown. And we're having fun with the memes, right? 1821, we're a brand that we take ourselves seriously, but we like to have fun too. So but just love it if you visit our Instagram, give us a follow, and then just engage with us. We're having a good time there. Moving along to the actual products themselves, well, it's really simple. We have 5 different product collections. I'm just noting that this says 2023 when it's actually 2024, so I'll have to update that. But the hair and body is really where we started, hair and body and hairstyling, and we've grown into shave and face and body and fragrance over the years. And we're very well known for fragrance. We're very well known for scent. I would say that our customers are like obsessed with our fragrances. We started with the sweet tobacco. The sweet tobacco was this idea of having a charismatic scent that really evokes like a boozy night out at the local speakeasy. So just imagine yourself like either getting ready to go out, or you're enjoying a dimly lit lounge, maybe kicking back a honeybee. Maybe there's a nice pipe tobacco in the air, but it feels mysterious, it feels alluring, it feels moody. That's the sweet tobacco. Notes of dried fruits that give it kind of a boozy vibe, that spicy from the saffron, the sweet from the tonka, the vanilla, and the manuka honey, and then also that kind of powdery base woodsy pipe tobacco really rounds it out. Now we also have spiced vanilla. Spiced vanilla is like our coziest scent. It's a very sexy scent. So when I think of the vision for spiced vanilla, it's really maybe you're in your library, there's a you're enjoying a brandy and maybe a pipe tobacco, a leather-bound book, or maybe there's a fireplace and a bearskin rug nearby. I mean, anything can happen there. So it's very much like a cozy, sexy scent. Now, this one, it's going to give you a sweet vibe from the French vanilla and the coconut and the star anise. But also it's got a bit of spice and ginger. And it does have that, pipe tobacco like the sweet tobacco does, with also some tobacco leaf, tobacco blossom. Now the sweet tobacco and spiced vanilla, they feel right next to each other. They're definitely better suited for fall and for winter. But a lot of our customers wear these, year round. Now the Absolute Mahogany and the Noble Oud, those are a bit newer to the brand. We've had those just a few years, but like a well-needed addition, right? And Absolute Mahogany and Noble Oud, they're much better suited for spring and summer. Again, even though people might wear them year round. Now the Absolute Mahogany is this idea of like, you're sitting on a beach and you're enjoying a cocktail, you've got the ocean in front of you and maybe the forest behind you. So it's just this idea of like ocean meets forest meets cocktail. It's a very fresh, just refreshing scent. It would remind you maybe of kind of those traditional barbershop scents, but it's very elevated. It's very nuanced. You get this strong citrus note and sweet from like the Italian mandarin and the bergamot. You get this kind of warm sweet from the cardamom, and then these like nice base woods like mahogany and warm cassia, and those kind of mixed with that amber right there in the middle, which gives it a little sweet to it. It's really beautiful scent, very crisp, very herbaceous, very fresh. And then the Noble Oud, I mean, that's really the idea of like what it should smell like if you were being knighted by like a queen in a Middle Eastern palace. It just feels very like royal and regal and rich. It's a kingly scent. Now this one has these like nice citrus notes in the beginning with the bergamot and the grapefruit, and then again that kind of warm sweet amber comes in and blends with the lemon rind, a little bit of herbaceous clove, and then that like smoked oud underneath is really, really beautiful. Sometimes with oud scents, they tend to get maybe too musky or sometimes kind of off-putting. This one's really well balanced, our Noble Oud. So very well known for our 4 signature scents, and we're working on a 5th one, but I'm going to keep that a secret for now. Moving along to hair and body. Well, this is our hero product. This is the one that really started it all for 1821. We call this Man-Made Wash. Yes, it's got a nice boozy aesthetic to it. It's actually available in 3 different sizes and in 4 different scents. Very simply, this product is a shampoo and conditioner for beard, hair, and body. So it's a 3-in-1 shower gel. Sulfate-free, paraben-free. There's no artificial dyes or anything in this product. It's product is very respectful of health. Most people are going to instantly it's going to catch their attention, that boozy vibe when you have it in your retail area, like, oh, you sell whiskey now? Or if you're a professional service provider and you're using this, it's your wash bowls, that lingering scent of the sweet tobacco or the other 3 fragrances might catch their attention. But what's going to keep their attention is the performance. This is a product that it's a very gentle cleanser. Doesn't dry your skin out, doesn't dry your scalp or your hair out. Gives you some lightweight conditioning without feeling greasy or weighing the hair down. It's a very, again, well-balanced multitasking product. And the things like the quinoa and the macadamia and the jojoba esters, it's actually a unique kind of trifecta of ingredients that we use in a lot of our products. We really like how the quinoa, what it does for strengthening, particularly in hair. Hair has 18 different amino acids. Quinoa naturally has about 16 of those. And not everybody's hair has all 18 amino acids. But quinoa naturally has about 16 of those. And if you charge that a certain way so that it attracts to the damage in the cortex, it kind of like inserts and fills those holes of the hair like a magnet and just strengthens it, which gives something for the permanent color to bond better with. So it improves color retention, improves color uptake. There's also a nice protein in here in the wheat amino acids for the cuticle. And again, that jojoba and macadamia, just very lightweight moisture for the hair. So really beautiful, well-balanced product. Again, 3 different sizes, 4 different fragrances. And this is one that, again, people really love and that we're known for. Multitasking is a theme with us. We tend to find that our customers really love if a product can do more than one thing. It's got to do it very well. So we take the time to develop these formulas to do as much as they can with within capability. This looks like an oil. Actually, it looks like an old motor oil can. It's the packaging itself is really inspired by like Route 66 heritage and vintage motorsport, and so it looks like an oil can, but it can't also be a motor oil, right? So, but it can be a multitasking oil for beard, hair, and skin. So it's just a really beautiful blend of jojoba and coconut and castor and argan oils, as well as even a dog rose oil, which is kind of great for skin, especially for skin that might be irritated. It needs a little calming and soothing. This is a very thick oil, and thick oils tend to actually create more volume when you apply them to specifically to hair. But this is the product, again, beard, hair, skin, and tattoo. So if you're applying it to the beard, maybe you're massaging it with your fingers, you're combing it through with a wooden comb, it's going to help smooth and defrizz. It's going to give it strength and nourishment. If you massage it into the skin underneath the beard, it will help calm and soothe that. If you mix it directly with one of our pomades, like the clay, paste, pomade, or wax, it just adds some smoothing and defrizzing to that formula. If you add it directly to wet hair, it will help you reduce your blow dry time, but then also add some smoothing and defrizzing. And it's not quite volumizing, but it doesn't rob the hair of volume. The hair will actually feel a little bit thicker when you add this oil into wet hair and blow it out. And this is a 2-ounce can. Again, should remind you of like a can of vintage motor oil. Now we actually have 2 bar soaps, and these are meant to be used like in conjunction with the man-made wash. So it's not really a one or the other. This would just be an extra layer. And it's for people who have like specific concerns. So we have the grit bar and then also the detox bar. So both of them are 7-ounce moisturizing bar soaps. The grit bar has the absolute mahogany scent, and it's ideal for somebody who has dry and rough skin because it's exfoliating and also moisturizing. So a lot of, I feel like, exfoliating products for guys, though, they're really like rough. You know, it almost feels like they put tree bark in it, and as you're like massaging it over your skin, it's just kind of like tearing your skin up. And it feels that way because a lot of the times that's what's happening. You know, there's very sharp edges in a lot of exfoliants, and they create these like micro lacerations. So the exfoliator that we use in this product will not do that. We use jojoba beads. They have soft edges. Yes, they are safe for drains. They are a biodegradable natural thing. But it doesn't create that micro lacerations, like kind of ouch feeling when the water hits it. So your skin feels smooth, it feels hydrated, it just kind of like gets rid of that rough skin. And it's great for face and for body. Now the detox bar, also 7 ounces, also moisturizing. And yes, both of them do remind you of maybe like a vintage cigar box. That's the idea. This one has the sweet tobacco scent. But this is an activated charcoal product. So what this is doing is for people who have oily or acne prone skin, or, you know, maybe they're just like, they're getting a little more, they're getting filthy, they're getting dirty, and they just need something that can really like dig deep into their pores and like draw out all those impurities. Activated charcoal is perfect for that. So when you think about who uses detox bar, it's definitely somebody who's got, you know, oily or acne prone skin. And like I said, they can mix either of these bars into, you know, using their man-made wash. They can use this as often as they like. It's not going to dry out their skin. It'll just make their skin feel really nice. Now we actually have 5 different pomades. 4 of them are for hair. 1 of them is for beard. And the 3 that you see right here, paste, clay, and pomade, are all water soluble. And I'll start with, oh, and actually they're all in glass jars, like beautifully decorated, like painted glass jars. These feel substantial in hand. They feel very quality. We're very proud of these jars. And our customers love them. They tend to like display them in the bathroom like their jewelry. We always get a kick out of that when people like post images and stuff to socials. So starting with paste, paste is definitely our most versatile product, right? It's a soft hold, it's a medium shine, and the consistency feels a lot like frosting. So this is a great product for smoothing, defrizzing, sculpting. accentuating texture. And it's best for curly hair, wavy hair, and blow drying. Now, paste is a wet hair product and a dry hair product. So if you're adding this if you're adding the paste to wet hair and you start blowing that hair out, it's going to give it like a kiss of moisture. It's going to give it like some nice like shaping ability, some nice control, help with smoothing and flyaways and things like that. But like I said, it's also a dry hair product, so it's great for pieciness and separation, adding weight to the ends, just detailing and accentuating texture. Paste is, again, very versatile. It works in just about every hair type. It has that sweet tobacco scent, and it is a 2-ounce product. Now, clay is kind of the opposite of paste. Clay is a medium hold. It's a matte finish, so there's no shine at all. And it is a proper clay. You know, when you dip your fingers into it, it will feel almost like a pottery clay. It's very soft, so you don't have to heat it up. You don't have to work it in your hands. You just like kind of grab a little bit, gently massage it over fingers and palms, then massage it into the hair. And what it's going to do is it's going to thicken that hair. It's going to roughen up that texture, or even define the texture, depending on how you mold it and shape it. It's best for fine and thinning hair. It is also a wet hair and dry hair product. So if you put it in wet hair and you blow it out, the clay will feel stronger. You know, it'll really help kind of thicken and like plump up that hair as you're blowing it out. Now you can use your fingers, you can use a comb, you can use a brush to get different results with the texture, but it's all about thickening. Now, when you use this product on dry hair, you apply it the same way, in the sense that you just kind of like gently apply a layer over your fingers and palms and like just buff it into the hair like you're buffing a shoe. And again, you'll get that thickening, but you'll also get some sculpting ability. And this is like paste, also a water-soluble product with the sweet tobacco scent, and it's 2 ounces of product. Now, the pomade, like clay, is a medium hold, but they're extremely different. The pomade is a high shine product. It is a true hairstyling pomade, and it's all about like refining, control, and defrizzing for that like classic style, or maybe something you might want to use even as a gel alternative. Pomade is also a wet and dry hair product, but there's a third thing that you can do with it. If you put a little pomade in your hand and you kind of drop a little bit of water into it, it starts to get this like gel-like consistency, and you can really play with the hold by adding more or less water. So it's just since it's water soluble, it's a way that you can kind of customize the pomade or custom tailor it to your hair type. Now, if you apply the pomade into wet hair, you just kind of comb it in using your fingers, maybe a comb or a brush, you slick it back, whatever, and you just let that dry. It'll dry with a wet look. All right, the pomade's not crunchy, it's not sticky, it's not rigid. Feels like an old school pomade. Now, if you apply it to dry hair, you know, that's where you get the most grip, that's where you get the most shine, the most control. So it's obviously also a pomade, like a true pomade, that you can apply to dry hair as well. And again, 2 ounces sweet tobacco scent. Now, moving on to wax and balm. Wax is meant for the hair. It is not water soluble, it's shampoo soluble, and that's purposefully. Our customers wanted a product that would stand up to like activity and humidity and sweat. Literally, the comments were like, I spend a lot of time at the gym. I want my hair to look good. Help me. So that is the idea with wax. It's a high hold product. It has a low shine, which is really kind of a shine between the clay and between the paste. And it's very much a traditional dry wax for hairstyling. Now, this one's all about manipulating and shaping and bending hair. It is great for defrizzing hair. Like I said, a proper dry wax. And when you think of this wax, think of it mostly as a wax with a little bit of clay. And when you think of the clay as more like a clay with a little bit of wax. So like our clay, for example, is better for oily hair, where our wax wouldn't be as good for somebody who has oily hair. It probably, you know, actually make it more kind of oily or waxy feeling. Again, 2 ounces, sweet tobacco scent. Now, the balm is a styling pomade that's exclusively for beard. This is great for those guys who have, you know, the long beards. It's detached from the face. They have to think about, you know, taming it and shaping it, but also nourishing it. It is a soft hold, low shine beard styling balm. Like I said, great for taming, shaping, and moisturizing. It's awesome for people who's just got like unruly beards, like it just wants to grow in all these different directions, which is a lot of beards. And when you use the product, it looks solid. But as soon as you kind of touch it with your body heat, it instantly melts into this kind of oily, waxy consistency. And that's because it's mostly shea butter and beeswax and oils. Now, when you apply this to the beard, you really want to make sure that you kind of massage it into the skin underneath the beard. And this is probably going to give longer lasting results if somebody has skin irritation than the oil would, because this will linger on the skin longer than the oil would. So for exceptionally irritated skin, go with the balm versus the oil. If somebody's got a really long beard, they might do balm as a base layer and then oil even on top. But again, balm is the first product I think about for guys with long beards because they want nourishing, they want smoothing and defrizzing, but they also want taming and shaping. Now this is a 2-ounce jar. This one has the spiced vanilla scent, and we are looking at making this product and some of the other styling products available in other scents as well. We have a great hairspray. I feel like a lot of hairsprays that kind of purposely made for the fellas are typically more of like a spritz style application, and aren't always so easy to work with. They tend to be really wet. The hold tends to be too strong. They flake up, but they're not really touchable. We wanted like a proper, like frizz-free, all-day hold, low shine aerosol hairspray. And we loved the idea of taking that and putting it in an old school beer can. This is strikingly similar to what beer cans looked like during Prohibition. They've changed a lot over the years. But this is very much a weightless, strong but flexible hold hairspray. It works really well in kind of any temperature or humidity conditions to kind of help fight temperature and humidity. It's very smoothing. It's got more of a natural shine. It really helps the hair retain moisture. It doesn't dry the hair out. It doesn't dry the scalp out. And if you want a stronger hold, we just kind of layer it. It dries pretty quick, but not quick enough to where you can't like start to shape things as you're using it. So it's like a nice balance between a working hairspray and a finishing hairspray, but it's definitely more of a finishing hairspray. And this is the 10-ounce 3-piece steel can with the sweet tobacco scent. Really, really beautiful looking product. This is, I think, our most innovative product. We call this Elixir 13. And Elixir 13 is a volumizing leave-on for the hair that helps with hair styling and anchoring. Really, really innovative, very much like breakthrough technology. So this is something that somebody can apply directly to damp hair, massage it into the scalp, comb it through, and then blow it out. And what it's going to do is it's going to thicken that hair. It's going to improve its stylability because it's a great, blow drying product. Now, if you want to put a paste or something on top of it, you can do that and then blow it out. That works as well. This is like a nice prep layer. The coolest thing about this is that it targets the main causes of hair loss without using minoxidil. This is an all natural ingredients deck. We're relying on an ingredient called Procapil, which is as effective as minoxidil, but it's not a drug. It's basically 3 very natural things: biotinol GHK, apigenin, and lovely hemslea root. And again, those things are as effective for targeting the main causes of hair loss as minoxidil. And what are those things? Well, it's basically DHT, microscalp circulation, and thickening of the root sheath. So great for people who are fine or thinning, feel like they're losing hair, but also a great preventative. This is like this is one of those products you should start using when you're young, so that you're less likely to have hair loss or fine or thin hair issues as you age. But also some really beautiful ingredients to accompany that, like the quinoa, the macadamia, the jojoba. Again, those are strengthening, those improve elasticity and hair color uptake, and a little bit of moisture and hydration. The castor oil, the panthenol adds a little thickening. Xylitol helps with dry, itchy, flaky scalp. So it's a really awesome product for like scalp health, hair styling, and hair growth. And this is a 3.4-ounce jar. Again, love the packaging. This black and gold theme is just really, really nice. Kind of very Art Deco. Whether you're doing shaves in the shop or in your retail environment or not, I can assure you a lot of fellows are shaving at home. And a lot of them use shaving cream, which can be challenging. You know, shaving cream isn't always a product that makes your skin feel great. A lot of shaving creams kind of dry your skin out. But it's also very difficult to shave with shaving cream if you have like, you know, a beard and you're trying to get like nice sharp edges or even edges on both sides. You have a mustache or a goatee. A lot of times you end up kind of making mistakes when you use shaving cream because you can't see through the shaving cream. So we love the idea of having like a pre-shave, kind of replacing that pre-shave oil, of having a pre-shave and then a precision shave. So replacing shaving cream with something that's transparent, and then an aftershave. So like replacing that kind of astringent, you know, splash on aftershave that's really just kind of shocking your skin. But we love the idea of replacing that with a proper aftershave lotion that would have real benefits for the skin. And that's what we've done in this product called Glide Shave Lotion. It's a pre-shave, shave, and aftershave all in one. Now it is a lotion. And as soon as you apply it to the skin and you start to work it with your finger, it instantly turns clear and it stays slick. So you can apply this to the beard and to the skin before shaving, just to like soften everything up, because when things are soft, it's easier on your razor, it's easier on your face. And then you want to apply the product, you know, after you've let that kind of soak in, you want to apply the product again, like right before you're shaving, so that you've got a nice, transparent, slick layer that your razor will just glide over. Now this one is clear, like I said. So what that means is, you know, you can get the sideburns even on both sides. You can get the outline, the perimeter of the beard even all the way around. You can get the mustache even, the goatee even on both sides, because you can see what you're doing with your razor. And then a lot of people are going to, you know, rinse their face after they shave to get off all the bits of hair and probably product. But this is not a product you have to rinse off. You can rinse off the hair, but then, you know, reapply the product once you're done shaving, and that'll give you benefits of calming and soothing and healing. Aloe vera is great for calming and hydration. The kukui and jojoba are great for soothing and conditioning. That coffee seed oil helps brighten the skin up and helps with redness. And then the lupine protein actually promotes healing. It accelerates cellular renewal. Now, this is a 6-ounce glass jar with the spiced vanilla scent. Like I said early on, we're very well known for our fragrances. Our customers are obsessed with our fragrance. And we actually offer 2 different categories of fragrance products. So the first one is spirits. Now, a product that's called spirits, whether it's the sweet tobacco spirits, the noble oud spirits, or the absolute mahogany spirits, this is actually going to be a parfum grade product. So it's complex. There's a lot of notes, a lot of nuances. It's probably going to last, you know, 8 to 10 hours, depending on where you apply it, whether that's clothing or skin. It's going to project. It's not going to enter the room before you do, like in a tacky way, but it's going to project so that you grab that attention and get those compliments and feel like you're wearing a quality niche fragrance. Now, the sweet tobacco version, I've already kind of gone through those notes, so I won't do it again. But again, this is the one that's like a sweet honey tobacco. Should remind you of a night out at the Speakeasy. Or the noble oud. Again, this is that kind of smoked oud with a bit of that like citrus and rosewood and amber. It's a very kingly fragrance. Or the absolute mahogany, which is that crisp, fresh, herbaceous scent. Should remind you of sipping back on a cocktail, kind of oceanside. And that one's got that nice rustic mahogany, a little golden amber, some vanilla beans, you know, cinnamon, clary sage, a lot of citrus and floral to this. These are all 3.4-ounce glass bottles, and they are a bit more pricey on the retail side than these products, the Spirit Spritzers. So for somebody who would like love to have more 1821 fragrance in their lives, and maybe they're a little more price conscious, these are a great alternative to our full-bodied spirits products. We call these Spirit Spritzers. And these are basically all over body sprays. They're long lasting. We call them medium bodied because they just don't project as far and they don't last as long as the spirits products. These are going to last somebody like 3 to 4 hours. It is going to project from them. We have them in all 4 fragrances. They're travel friendly and the price point is significantly lower, right? So it's very accessible to get yourself a Spirit Spitzer product. And what we hear is that people use these like they're spraying them in their car, on themselves, in their apartment, in their house, on their dog, whatever. People like really love spraying these products everywhere and having more of that scent in their life. And we do also have skincare products. I'll show you 2 now, and then I'll show you a new one, and then we're definitely working on more. Our skincare products are branded as Octane. Now, the octane rating in fuel, the more premium or the higher an octane rating, the better that engine is going to run, the more efficient it's going to be, the higher performance it's going to have. And so we brand our skincare products as Octane to do 2 things. One, it's us paying homage again to that kind of vintage motorsport, which is something that really got kickstarted from the Prohibition. Like the NASCAR series, you can directly relate that to Prohibition, right? But these are high performance, high octane products, right? Now this one we call Octane 100. It's an age-defined moisturizer. It's a face lotion. It's lightweight. It's non-greasy. And it just helps someone overall have like a healthier, smoother complexion by protecting, restoring, and balancing. Wonderful ingredients, the ginger root and the eleuthero root, that's going to help collagen protection and production. A strong mix of amino acids to just kind of balance moisture and reduce fine lines and also help with collagen production. The coffee seed, kind of like it does in the Glide, helps brighten and restore. The vitamin E is great for protecting from free radicals. The bisabolol promotes healing. So again, beautiful ingredients in this product. A subtle sweet tobacco scent, which it's much lighter than some of the other products that you might rinse off. Since you wear this, it's a little bit lighter. And you can apply it, as many times a day as you like because it's super lightweight. So if you want to use it morning and night, to apply it, you just simply obviously put a little bit on your fingers and just kind of gently massage it onto a clean or even a clean toned face. 3.4 ounces, awesome glass jar. We also make a great hand and body lotion. Again, this kind of ties into our customers being obsessed with fragrance. It's something that we got requests for like over and over and over throughout the years, where people just wanted like, hey, do you have a body lotion? So we made one. This is a hydrating, nourishing, and protecting hand and body lotion. Very lightweight, not greasy at all. It's protecting because it's also antimicrobial. It's conditioning because of that cetyl alcohol and glycerin, and that just locks in, hydration and kind of refreshes rough skin, locks in that moisture. It's also very softening and smoothing and healing. And it does have that great sweet tobacco scent. And it's a big can. This is like 17 ounces of body lotion with the sweet tobacco scent. We have always offered gift sets over the years. These are the most recent option that we have. We're actually starting to wind these down, so they're kind of at the end of their life cycle, but there's still some available. We call these the Book of Good Grooming. There were many volumes. We might not actually have all these in stock right now, but the idea was that the product looked like a book of good grooming, and as somebody opened it up, though, they actually found a surprise inside. There was 2 full-size products. So I was paying kind of homage to the way people get really clever about hiding their valuables or booze during the Prohibition. They might cut out a book and put a bottle of hooch in there and hide it in the library. Kind of the same concept. We're working on a bunch of fun things right now, including some really cool dot bags, which I'm excited about, and we'll have those very soon. We do offer air fresheners. We basically made these as just like a gift to customers. We thought it was a fun little thing, and as they got out into the wild, the feedback was really strong. People wanted more of them, so we actually made them a permanent item. So these are something you can hang anywhere that just lends a lingering impression of our signature scents: the sweet tobacco, the spiced fiddle, the Epsom mahogany, and the noble oud. Maybe have samples and things like that too. It's not really probably worth mentioning here, but we do, if you're a retailer or you're in a professional shop, we have ways for you to help sample guests. And then I will round this out by talking through these 4 products. These are our newest products. Actually, in the back half of 23, we came out with the lip balm and also the scrub. And then here for March of 2024, we're going to release the styling gel and the anti-flake wash. The lip balm is our idea of just kind of helping people be more kissable. It's basically a shine-free hydrating lip balm. The real standout here, besides the performance of the balm itself, is that it leaves the subtle citrus impression of an old-fashioned cocktail. So it's got that taste like an old-fashioned. Very simply, though, the product, it helps nourish and soothe lips. It seals in moisture. It helps, cracked lips, chapped lips. It works like a premium lip balm, and it's not shiny, so it doesn't have that kind of glossy effect. Again, wonderful ingredients with the cocoa butter, the coconut oil, sunflower seed oil, vitamin E, beeswax, and this is in stock now since it released at the end of last year. And if you are a retailer or you're in a professional shop, and anytime you buy 24 of these, you get this this cool little countertop display. Another new product that we released at the end of last year is the scrub. Now, this is an Octane product, but it's also a 3-in-1 exfoliator for face, body, and scalp with the sweet tobacco scent. So the idea here is that, healthy scalp, healthy hair. So this is a product that allows you to kind of gently and effectively clean the scalp, so get rid of excessive oil or flakes or product residue. It helps soften smooth, dull, dry, and flaky skin when used on the body. Very much like a purifying, clarifying product. Again, eliminates flakes. And when you use this product, it's not aggressive. It's just kind of packed with very densely fine exfoliants. And again, those don't have sharp edges, so no micro lacerations. But it's much more smoothing than our grip bar, and it's purposely meant to be used on face, body, and scalp. But it helps the skin renewal, helps the cellular turnover. Ultimately, what's going to happen is your skin will feel smooth, it'll feel healthy. Now, when you use this on the body, it's simply just kind of, apply it to wet skin, massage it through, and rinse it out. Same with the face. When you use it as a scalp scrub, you want to lather up with the man-made wash first, and then apply the scrub directly to that lather. And what that's going to do is you kind of massage that into the scalp is, you'll feel it working. You'll feel this cleansing effect on your scalp. And a lot of fellas, rely on things like, tea tree and menthol to have that kind of clean scalp feeling. But those products are very purposely meant for people who have, excessive oiliness or overactive sebaceous glands. So a product like scrub doesn't, and those products aren't for everybody. If you don't have that concern, you probably shouldn't be using tea tree and things like that. So again, the scrub is really for everybody. And again, great ingredients with the bamboo beads, the castor oil, the jojoba esters, quinoa, and macadamia. And again, this is in stock now. Now here for March, we've got 2 new products. We've got the styling gel, which is a flexible and nourishing hair gel with the sweet tobacco scent. And we've never made a hair gel before. So this is our first formula, but we're super excited about this. Customers have been asking us for a gel for years. We listened to how they like to use gel, what they wanted in a gel, and tried to give them exactly what they wanted. So this is a weightless formula. It's a flexible and elastic hold. It's going to give the hair volume and texture. It's effortless to use. If you apply it in wet hair and you just kind of like go somewhere, which is like how a lot of guys use the gel, by the time they get to their destination, their hair is going to look great. If they want to put it in wet hair and they blow it out, again, it's thickening. They have some great styling capabilities to it. It's got a nice flexible hold. It's not rigid or sticky. It's not going to flake. And if you want to use this as a dry hair gel, you can as well. Like I said, very lightweight, hydrating, nourishing, helps with elasticity with the quinoa to prevent breakage and things. And it's alcohol-free, which is cool. It's enriched with vitamins. So again, not only a great styling product, but really focused on healthy hair. And we use all naturally derived polymers in this. So the brassica campestris, the Alarides 40 oil, the maltodextrin, those are naturally based polymers, so not damaging the hair. very excited about this one. And then the last product that I'll show you today, this is our new Man-Made Wash Anti-Flake Shampoo and Conditioner. It does have the sweet tobacco scent. You know, flakes aren't really like a sexy problem. And then, you know, I feel like, you know, flakes or dandruff shampoos are like less sexy than actual dandruff, you know, so this is, you know, intended to be kind of head and shoulders above the rest, if you will. So this is not a body wash. It's just a shampoo and conditioner that's very purposely focused on eliminating dryness, itchiness, and flakes, whether that's white flakes or yellow flakes. What's the difference? White flakes come from dry oil, dry skin. Yellow flakes are typically what you could commonly refer to as just like, you know, dandruff, right? You know, it's a fungus. And this product with the proctinolamine and the epilobium angustifolium flower leaf extract help to neutralize that Malassezia yeast before it's able to turn into dandruff. So really rich lathering, great for just removing excess oil, product buildup, dry flakes, without drying the skin or the scalp or the hair. The scalp will feel conditioned. It will feel nice. If they've got issues with dryness and itchiness, it helps soothe that. And that sweet tobacco scent is great because a lot of dandruff products, they feel kind of mundane or medicinal, or it might even be something you're kind of embarrassed to buy, or, you know, if somebody's coming over, you take it out of the shower, you hide it because you don't want anybody to see that. This looks good in the shower. But again, we're relying on proctinolamine, epilobium angustifolium flower leaf stem extract, and we've got that quinoa macadamia jojoba in there to strengthen and condition the hair. And this is available now here in almost March of 2024. So everyone, thank you so much. That's actually brings me to the end of the presentation. I hope you found that information helpful and insightful and useful. If you're planning to, if you're considering bringing 1821 into your retail strategy, or you already have 1821 as part of your strategy, maybe you learned about some products today that you didn't even know we offered or existed. So again, I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for support. Thank you for being a customer. And we very much appreciate you. It's because of you that that we get to, you know, keep living out this dream of helping people you know, look and feel their best. So thank you, everyone, and I wish you the best. Cheers.